Hey guys, what's up? Jimmy here with another Lots of Games video. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different for you guys. Today, actually, I always talk about, I try to be positive. I know there's a lot of negativity in the gaming world, but today, actually, I wanted to go over PlayStation 4 games that I actually hate. Games that I don't like. And these are games that I feel like they had some real potential. And these are games, actually, all of them, I was really looking forward to. If there's any games that you have in your PS4 collection that you're really disappointed with or you just couldn't quite get into, let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys like these types of videos, definitely slap that thumbs up button so I can know to make more. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? First one we're going to go over with you guys today is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Now, here's the thing with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. It had been years since there was a follow-up to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, which was released, I actually, that was the first game in the series that I played, and I played it on the PlayStation 2. I was really late to the party. I got Pro Skater 4 for like $1 on eBay, and this was years ago, and I absolutely loved it. The different cities that you got to explore, the different tricks and people you got to meet up with. And so when they announced this one, I'm like, they're returning to the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series. I was super thrilled. And I was excited because the developer, which, didn't have the best track record, they were actually sitting down and they're having meetings with the developers or the past folks who worked on the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series, which I'm like, okay, this has some real potential. And what a bomb, what a disappointment. Now, a lot of the things they did okay in terms of a lot of the gameplay mechanics, but as a whole, the game is just an empty shell. The whole reason why I really liked Pro Skater 4 was, of course, the different areas you got to explore, but the different people you got to meet up with. With Pro Skater 5, it was like this barren wasteland where there was just no life to it. It was empty. Honestly, it felt like a tech demo. It felt like, okay, this is going to have some people in it that you're going to meet up with. They're going to challenge you. You're going to be able to do this. But honestly, it was like this barren wasteland. Like I said, it wasn't fun at all. And any fun that could have been had just wasn't there. One of my favorite games on the PS2 was Pro Skater 4, and this one had some real potential, but just really let me down. I was just so disappointed with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, and I'm not sure what's going to happen with the whole series. We'll have to wait and see on that. Okay, next up is a title, and a lot of you guys might be going, Jimmy, if this is the case with a lot of movie games, why are you doing this? I'm going to tell you why, okay? Next up, we have The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, okay, again, a lot of the comic book games, a lot of the movie games, movie franchise or comic book franchise, a lot of those games aren't very good. But here's the thing with Amazing Spider-Man 2. There are good games in the Spider-Man video game franchise. Like Spider-Man 2 years ago when that one was released, Spider-Man 2 is a phenomenal game. It's honestly one of the better and one of the best games based off of a comic book franchise. This one is so bland. You play it, this of course is on PS4, and it feels like at times that, like, is this like a PS2 game or an early PS3 game? Just really bland, not very fun. You could tell this game was super rushed. They just, obviously, the movie was coming out. They had to cash in on the franchise. And the whole thing with just Spider-Man 2, and that was released years ago to coincide with that movie. You're like, oh, it's, based on the movie, based on the comic book series. That one was actually really good. They actually, I guess, had the opportunity to really take the time, make sure this is a quality title. Amazing Spider-Man 2, unfortunately, that's not the case. It's not fun. It's generic. It's wonky. Definitely stay away from this one. Even if you see it on the cheap, there's so many other great comic book games, and there's so many other great open world games you guys could check out. Definitely pass on the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Okay, so next up, we're going to talk about a game. It is a follow-up to a game that was released on the PC, Xbox 360, and PS3. This is a game that had a lot of issues in terms of the development of the game. It finally got released, but unfortunately, it was a huge, huge bomb, and that was Homefront Revolution. So I played through the first Homefront game on the PS3, and it was super short, and I could not, if you were just going in to play the game for the campaign, I could not recommend spending $60 for the 5 hours, sometimes 4 hour campaign. But the game had an incredible multiplayer experience. Now with Homefront Revolution, I will have to say that it'll take you much longer to play throughout the game in 4 hours. And actually, I was really, really looking forward to this one because it's open world, and I did like this setting. And even though it was short, I did definitely have some fun times with the campaign in the first Homefront game. But this one, guys, you could tell it changed hands, and you can tell it suffered. And even though it was delayed, this one was not ready to be released. It's just a boring first-person shooter experience. There are so many. Okay, so there's a reason why this one you can pick up at a lot of places for $10. Keep in mind, this game, it's like 7-8 months old. It's not even a year old. And you can pick it up for around $10. Some place you can pick it up $10 new. There's a reason for this. This game is awful. It is not fun. It is boring. Any of the charm or interesting aspects of the first Homefront game, they took that away, and they replaced it with just uninteresting experiences. So overall, I cannot recommend Homefront Revolution. Some of you guys might want to take a chance, seeing that it's so cheap, something, open world, try it out. But there's so many different games you can pick up for around $10-15 that you would be able to enjoy a whole lot more than Homefront Revolution. So the final game I'm going to go over with you guys is a game that I was really looking forward to, and it disappointed me in a major way, and that is Battlefield Hardline. So with Battlefield Hardline, I was so looking forward to this one, mainly because I thought it was a real interesting setting, and they were going to offer new features. I was also excited to play through the campaign. This game was actually delayed because they're like, you know what? Battlefield's known for their multiplayer, but we're going to make sure we delay this game because we want it to have an awesome campaign. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, for most of the campaign for Hardline, I was really, really into it. But at the end, the game just totally fell apart. It was so rushed. That last level, I played through the entire campaign, and last level, I'm like, what is going on? The graphics look like an original Xbox game. What is going on? It just fell apart at the end. You know what's interesting? Another game that was published by EA, Army of Two 40th Day. This is a game that I loved all the way through, and it fell apart at the end. So I'm not sure what the deal is. You've got Battlefield Hardline, you've got Army of Two, both published by EA. I'm wondering if, they've got these campaigns which are so great, then at the end they just totally fall apart. I'm not sure what is up with that. But in the end, it was a major, major buzzkill because I felt like there was such potential with Battlefield Hardline, and they just ended up messing it up, which is so disappointing. Such wasted potential. Thousands of hours, hundreds of people working on the game, and I was just so disappointed with it at the end. Well, guys, there are 4 PS4 games that I hate. Again, leave in the comment section below any games that disappointed you on the PS4. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you later.